Tyla, I'm giving you 48 hours to cancel your show. Nigeria do not want you in Nigeria. Cancel your show. Cancel your show.
And I went to the comment section of this post. People were saying that they should leave her alone, that she's not the government, she's not this, she's not that. I don't understand.
Now, no any right-thinking Nigerian should buy a ticket in regards the upcoming event of this South African girl.
For them. And you need to understand that South Africans, our president is always saying that South Africans are not xenophobic. There's a reason why he's always saying that. South Africans are just influenced. Like there are people who they think will change their lives.
Against that xenophobic attack and everything. She did not. In fact, let me remind you guys, Ira Star show was cancelled in South Africa because the South African authorities denied some of her crew members.
So Nigerians are calling for the boycott of Tyla's show that is supposed to happen, I think, around December. She wants to go on a tour and she has picked 2 countries in Africa, that's South Africa and Nigeria. And Nigerians are saying no. I don't know what you think about this. I think there are so many South Africans that have actually been boycotted. Even Zimbabwe did same. And even their businesses, people are gradually boycotting their businesses and all that. So listen, I don't know what you think about this, but I just want us to go into the video. South Africans are reacting, Nigerians are reacting. Let's go watch this video, come back and talk.
Tyla is having a show in December in Nigeria, and that show must not happen. This is the one time Nigerians have to come together and stand for something. Not after the xenophobic attacks that we saw in South Africa and how immigrants, and especially Nigerian immigrants, were treated. Not one word from Tyla, not even performative activism from her. She never spoke about it, but all of a sudden she wants to have a show in Nigeria. I even think that is very insulting to the intelligence of Nigerians. Assuming that we are so spineless that we would welcome her into Nigeria with open arms without the consideration of what happened and what's been happening in South Africa. This is the one time Nigerians have the opportunity to stand for something. And if Nigerians go for that show, then I can finally say that all hope is lost and Nigerians are indeed a spineless population. Zimbabweans did it. They boycotted South African artists in Zimbabwe. It's not about Tyla. I have no beef with her, but it's about coming together as a people and saying, no, we have a voice and that voice matters. If you really love Tyla as a Nigerian, which by the way is okay, you love her music, you love her, apply for a South African visa, take a flight from Nigeria, go to South Africa and attend her shows. That show must not happen in Nigeria. We need to, for one time, come together as a people and make a statement. We are not a population of people that should only matter when it has to do with entertainment, your shows, your tours, and your concert. But when we are killed by xenophobes in your country, attacked and driven out of your country unfairly by people who are just exuberantly passionate without any sense of knowledge on how immigration works, people who don't want to hold their government accountable, they just want to go on the streets and drive foreigners away from their country. We're not going to take that. Tyla must not have that show. We have Nigerian artists. Why is she coming to Nigeria to take away our jobs? She's coming to take away our jobs. We don't want foreigners. We have our own musicians. They can do the shows in our country. We don't want South African musicians or celebrities who are not speaking up against xenophobia to come to our country to be platformed. And if that show happens, like I said, then Nigerians are indeed a spineless people. Even if it happens, please make sure you go with your placards. Make sure you chorus no to xenophobia. Make sure you stage something that will be monumental for people to see that we do not condone xenophobia and it's not something that should be accepted towards Nigerians and other African nationalities.
What is really going on in this country? Now, the news says that Nigerians calls to boycott South African singer Tyla's scheduled concert in Lagos, with many linking the event to renewed outreach over xenophobic attacks against Nigerians in South Africa. Yes. And I went to the comment section of this post. People were saying that they should leave her alone, that she's not the government, she's not this, she's not that. I don't understand. Arasta was denied entry to a sold-out show of hers in South Africa. Now, don't forget. Una, don't forget. I bet, who are the organizers of this show? Who they organize this show? I don't understand. What is really going on? You guys are doing this? Like, it's crazy, right? I don't understand. with what is going on right now in her country against other African countries, she shouldn't even come close to Nigeria. Like, she shouldn't even smell our gates. Huh? And on the organized show, it is well. Nigerian president did not grant the delegates sent by Ramaphosa to Nigeria access to him. Now one arranged show, organized show. Huh? I hear you now they try.
Now, no any right-thinking Nigerian should buy a ticket in regards the upcoming event of this South African girl coming to perform in Nigeria. Sincerely speaking, if you are normal, I've never spoken about this South African issue, not because I don't have a take, but I think at this point in time I need to speak, sincerely speaking. And what am I trying to say? You see, the fact is, despite the fact that there are different school of thought here, she's not part of them, she's not whatever. But let's look at it. What is the body language of the South African government in its entirety? Even Ramaphosa, his body language is mixed. Because let's ask ourselves this question. How many arrests has he made in regards to the people that have actually made this havoc that has unalived some Africans, Nigerians to be specific? No any tangible thing. And she as a person, has she tweeted condemning this? She has never tweeted. And a lot of other artists. So the fact is, even when you think the government should fight for it, if the government doesn't fight for it, the citizens should fight for themselves. And fighting for themselves is the fact is, what is she even coming to show? If na nyash, if na duri, we have a lot of artists that are A-list globally. And even in terms of nyash, we have the likes of Tiwa Savage, then Thames or whatever. If na nyash, you want to go see, possibly they should even put up a show on this same date. And if I were able to be the president, I'm telling you, it's just that conventionally, based on international conventions or whatever, you may not, you cannot stop her from coming. But Allah, I will ban her from coming. And if you think the government have not tried its best in regards speaking or actually kicking against these atrocities, at least the federal government have even rejected the delegates as sent by that confused Cyril Ramaphosa. So the fact is, do this between God and man to honor the life that these Mungulus in South Africa, these monkeys in South Africa, because let's face it, do you actually know that if it were to be the whites that did this, Allah, the whole world will be on fire. Oh, racism, whatever. But here do you have a bunch of idiots, lazy idiots, actually kicking against Africans like them. And at the end of the day, it's not about she is not part of it, but the fact is you need to pass a message. And in passing a message now, in the military, in English, there's what they call vicarious liability. So you may not vicarious liability is not the right word, but blanket putty. So you have to pass the blanket putty will now be the fact that everybody have rejected this and nobody is subscribing to this, and that will put sense to them. And let's face it, what is it that the motherfuckers have that we don't have in Nigeria? And the fact is, you say we should come back to fix our country. We are fucking fixing our country, motherfucker. So stay back in your fucking country and make that money in your country till we fix our country. When we fix our country, we'll invite you motherfuckers.
If the discussion is about African division, count me out. Even though I want a united Africa, that united Africa do not or does not include South Africa. South Africa has proven over time that they are xenophobic. Simple. They are not apologetic about it. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because this Tyla show coming up in Nigeria, she wants to come and do show in Nigeria. After your brothers killed my brothers, destroyed their businesses, looted their businesses, rendered them homeless, went to the hospital and chased them out, you won't come entertain us. As in, what is waiting funny? What do you want to like? What do you want to come and tell me in Nigeria? Tyla had the opportunity to use her platform to speak against that xenophobic attack and everything. She did not. In fact, let me remind you guys, Arasta show was cancelled in South Africa because the South African authorities denied some of her crew members, her people, visa. That is a fellow African country. You deny another fellow African country that is coming to do business, entertainer, work class entertainer. They know all over the world that other country want. You deny people visa. And now your own Arasta been at Tyla want to come and do show in Nigeria, and you want see any Nigerian that attend that show, Ori Okpe. Wallahi, any Nigerian that attend that show, we cannot double like as they dance for that show, make one of those LED lights fall for your head. Now, I'm not trying to be brutal here. Some people say, oh, justice, you shouldn't be this. No, let me explain. Our government failed in taking drastic decision to address that xenophobic issue. There was no sanction on South Africa. It was just statement, we condemn, we do this. There was no drastic sanction or something that South Africa will feel and come out and apologize. There's no compensation for our brothers who were rendered homeless and their business was destroyed. As long as that was not addressed by South African government and Nigerian government, I think the citizens of Nigeria or other African countries can take. You see, this small law will take into 2 our hands. Say, now we go the show. The show is for Nigerians. I mean, not government officials, and not. We will not go. If the Nigerian art and culture, tourism or whatever they call, will not ban that show or forbid any South African from conducting or having a show in Nigeria, the Nigerian people will not go buy that ticket. Nobody will go. No event center in Nigeria should allow them hold events. If Nigerian immigration will not deny them visa, then let Nigerians not attend the show. Period.
Tyla, I'm giving you 48 hours to cancel your show. Nigeria do not want you in Nigeria. Cancel your show. Cancel your show. You want to be quiet about xenophobic attacks, Abi? But you want to come and make money in Nigeria. Cancel your show. Cancel your show.
So Nigerians are angry with Tyla. They don't want her to come to Nigeria. They don't want her to perform in Nigeria. Apparently, Tyla just announced a tour date, and she announced that Lagos will be one of the places she'll be visiting. Look at the tour image that she posted, and then Lagos is included in these places, the cities she'll be visiting. So Nigerians saw this, and they are not happy with it. They don't want her to perform. They don't want her to come to Nigeria because of the xenophobic whatever that is going on in South Africa. People have been talking about this, tweeting about this, complaining, rejecting, going against it, that she must not come to Nigeria, and that they don't want her to come and perform in Nigeria because Tyla never for once spoke or say anything concerning the xenophobic attack happening in South Africa towards Nigerians and other African countries. Nigerians are angry. I can't laugh very well. I have kata. I have flu. They are really, really angry, and they don't want her to come to Nigeria at all. They want to petition. I think they started petitioning or something. They don't want her to come or perform in Nigeria at all. This is like a revenge to South Africans. God, it is well. You see, to be honest, what is really going on in this African country, in this Africa rather, is really, really sad. Well, I won't blame Nigerians, for saying they don't want her to come to perform in Nigeria because of what we Nigerians went through. So they said that someone died in South Africa during this whole xenophobic protest in South Africa, and then it's really, really sad. Yeah, well, the best. That should not come and perform. The best.
February this year, Arasta and her team were denied a visa to South Africa, and that led to the cancellation of her scheduled concert in the city Arasta that was supposed to happen in Joburg and Cape Town in South Africa. So I see no reason why Tyla should be given a visa to Nigeria. They denied Arasta and her team entry to South Africa February this year, 3 days before the program. The program was supposed to happen on the 16th and 17th of February 2026, but the South African government denied her visa.
They didn't give any official reason as to why they denied her the visa. So why is Tyla coming to Nigeria December? Nigeria, on a shame, they shame me. On a disgrace, they embarrass me. On a disgrace, they embarrass the whole world. I never see people that will be willing to sell shame to buy disgrace and loss of dignity. I never see. Some South African people were even mocking Arasta that she should perform on TikTok. So let Tyla perform on TikTok. I will send her lion. I will send her roses. If you people in Lagos or in Nigeria want to see people with short skirts, let Arasta perform. Everything you want to see in Tyla, Arasta will have it and give you people extra. Let her perform on TikTok. We will attend on TikTok. And if you really, really want to see her that she's your fan, get your passport, get your visa, go to South Africa and watch her in South Africa.
I'm being told Taylor has a concert due in Lagos in December, yeah? But the people in Nigeria are saying, nah. With what's happening in South Africa at the moment, that's what happened and what's still happening, we can't allow you to come. Nothing against you, but it's just a sign of protest that we're not cool with what's happening and stuff that you can't comment on as a South African. These are the cities that she was meant to cover. In Africa, there's only Joburg, Cape Town, and Lagos. Change that to just South Africa because Lagos, that one is likely not going to happen now. But then again, it could happen. Some people in Nigeria may not care that much. It's enough over. We don't care. We love these artists. We love their music. But then again, some Nigerians, they'll tell you straight, we care, and unfortunately, we don't want you until this situation with the whole xenophobia, Afrophobia, get out of my country where now is fixed. Otherwise, sorry, we don't want you around us. And that makes sense. I mean, it's not her fault, I understand, but it's a sign of protest because the country can't benefit while people from another country, from the rest of the continent, are being treated like animals, worse than animals. You know what I mean? It's not good. This reminds me, there was a South African guy, some bald, light-skinned, skinny dude. I forgot his name. He was like, well, in Nigeria, they can't even afford their tickets. Our artists should just go to Europe. Forget about Nigeria, forget about Africa. We don't care. That's what you said, yeah? So you forget about Africa. Just go to Europe, go to America, go to maybe Asia as well. I'm pretty sure that she has fans in Asia. She's a big star, isn't it? I don't know her music, unfortunately, but yeah, I know she's a big star. She's just a successful, a beautiful young lady, yeah? It's sad, but yeah, for now, just leave the rest of the continent be and go to tour somewhere else. I have a feeling this Lagos one is going to be cancelled, but then again, who knows? Like I said, some Niger folk may be like, we don't care. We love her music. This xenophobic stuff has nothing to do with her, which of course is true. And yeah, we don't need to make a statement using these artists. But others are very passionate about this. Even artists like Burna Boy and other folk are saying, nah. Fix your country. Fix what you're doing down there. Yeah, all this get out of my country nonsense. Then maybe we can try to establish a relationship again, which is fair, to be honest. I'm in the same boat. My country is doing the same thing. There was meant to be concerts with South African artists in my country. They got cancelled. Yeah? You're hurting yourselves with your xenophobia and Afrophobia. Fix up. It's not all South Africans. That's just the problem. Many good South Africans, good-hearted people, knowledgeable people are getting hit in this crossfire when this got nothing to do with them. They're not part of all this. Yeah? For example, in the Limpopo region, we have the people called the Venda, for example. They're cousins to my people. Venda are our cousins. We've got no beef with them, and even they get oppressed by certain people in South Africa being called foreigners, even though they're native South African people. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. But what I'm saying is, yeah, this needs to be addressed because it will affect your artists and your economy in the long run. Fix up South Africa.
Guys, you'll never believe what I just read. I'm literally gobsmacked. So apparently Lagos, Tyla is performing at Lagos, or she's supposed to, for her A-pop tour. Apparently there's some backlash and Nigerians are trying to boycott the whole thing so that Tyla does not get to perform there. Really, this thing would have a domino effect. And now people who have no intention of traveling, some who don't have a passport or who don't intend to, mess it up for everyone. My suggestion, I say she does not go because the situation is so unpredictable. Because even if she makes it within the country, you never know who's going to be in that audience. So for her safety, I suggest she just does not go. But it's so sad that it had to come to this.
So I see that there's something that's happening in Nigeria right now as of late. I've been going through social media and I've been seeing a lot of Nigerians. Tyla is set to perform in Nigeria in December. So Nigerians are saying that they want to boycott the show they will not attend that show because of everything that has been happening in South Africa during the xenophobic attacks and all those things, which are still happening even today, actually. So I want us to talk about this as sober citizens. I'm a South African citizen. You guys are Nigerian citizens. I still have some Nigerians who are here in my country. You also have South Africans who are there in your country. So right now we are not going to talk as politicians. I don't want us to get into politics. I want us to talk as human beings, as humans, as Africans, right? Because if we want to get into politics, we will never win. And what I understand about Solomon Buchi, you are very influential in Nigeria. If you have close to 1 million followers, it means you're a very influential person. And I've been going through your page and I see that you are someone who has a good heart. You have a very good heart. You always inspire people to live good, get married and all those things. So I salute your stance. I salute who you are and what you stand for. So, but when I see you falling into the trap of politics and influencing your people to also fall into the trap of politics and feeding the machine, my heart gets sore because I think we will not have a great future. We are not teaching the kids how to live together for tomorrow. Because if you can look at it nicely, all these things that are happening are politics, right? These are just politics. All these things don't just happen each and every day. It is only when it's time for elections when these things happen, where you'll find that South Africans will become influenced to hate other African people. That's just the game that they play in order for them to get into power. They use Africans are stealing our jobs, Africans are selling drugs, Africans are doing human trafficking in our countries to lie to South Africans so that they can vote for them. Do you understand? So that's just what they use so that South Africans can vote for them. And you need to understand that South Africans, our president is always saying that South Africans are not xenophobic. There's a reason why he's always saying that. South Africans are just influenced. Like there are people who they think will change their lives, who come up because they have influence and they come up with a story. Because the way people behave is just the way somebody else has designed them to behave. Like they behave by design. Do you understand? It's by design. It's not that South Africans are xenophobic. It's not that South Africans hate Nigerians. South Africans don't hate Nigerians because they live with Nigerians. It's been years and years we've been living with Nigerians. But there comes a time where there are, and I know that you're a church goer, you understand about spirituality. You understand? All these things are spiritual. They hijack their minds. Do you understand? Spiritually so that they can act the way they want them to act, so that they can fulfill their political dreams. So let us put politics aside right now and speak as humans. You know, Nigeria and South Africa combined, we can actually put Africa can turn into the biggest economy in the world with Nigeria and South Africa combined. So there's someone who benefits when Nigeria and South Africa are not united, because these are actually the biggest economies in Africa. With these two economies united, we can we can compete with your United States of America, we can compete with China, we can compete with the United Kingdom, we can compete with Russia. Do you understand? Because if Nigeria and South Africa can unite, all the other African countries will be forced to unite. So there's someone who benefits when we are always fighting, because South Africa and all countries are businesses. Let me put it like that. All countries are businesses. So Africa, if it's united, it can become the biggest business in the world. So the people who own our countries, because our countries are not owned by us, they're actually owned by other countries. So there are other countries who are the first world countries who benefit a lot when Africa is not a competition to them because they stay in power, they stay calling the shots. Do you understand? So, but if we want our continent to be the biggest economy in the world, we need to do away with these politics as citizens. Because the politicians are the ones who made sure that we do not unite as people. It's the politicians, because we look at the politicians because as they are the ones who are going to save us. They are the ones who are going to make sure that they build our hospitals, give us jobs and all those things. If we can just put that aside and speak as humans, you will see that politics are just a game. But as people, we've been living together for a very long time. We have kids with Nigerians. Nigerians have kids with South Africans. Do you understand? So right now, when you influence people to boycott Tyla's show, Tyla is just a 24-year-old. She does not know anything about politics. She's not even based in South Africa. And the only time she comes to South Africa is when she's coming to perform, just like how she's coming to perform in Nigeria. Do you understand? So right now, if you want to punish Tyla for what politicians have influenced South Africans to do, then we are moving backwards. And we have always been saying that South Africans, they are not okay upstairs. So if you guys also want to act like South Africans right now and say wrong for wrong, how are we going to progress as a continent? If you guys want to act like South Africans, because right now you guys should be the bigger person right now and say that the way South Africans treat us, we are not going to do what they do. Because remember in 2019, there were other xenophobic attacks in 2019 in Hampton and in Pretoria, and Burna Boy stood up and he spoke about it. And they used AKA to actually counterattack that, and then there was a fight between AKA and Burna Boy, which ended up leading to Burna Boy had a show at FNB Stadium. It ended up being cancelled, that show, because South Africans did not buy those tickets to go and support Burna Boy, because he stood up and said that all the things that are happening in South Africa are foolish, they are stupid. If they are Nigerians, please be safe or please come back home and all those things. And Burna Boy was right. You understand? He was not wrong. And I'm not also saying that you are wrong what you're saying. You're not wrong. But you need to look at it in another way. That if right now we want to feed into the machine of politics as a continent, we are still going to, there's never going to be change. So right now, we need to get rid of politics. Right now. And I am urging you guys, I'm actually asking you guys in Nigeria to not act the way South Africans are acting. Be the bigger person for the better of Africa. I keep on saying, Nigeria and South Africa combined, Africa can become the biggest business in the world, the biggest economy in the world. Your minerals plus our minerals, your government plus our government, it can become the best economy in the world. We can become the best economy in the world. Mina, I'm tired of always, when Americans speak about Africa, they speak of third world countries. They speak of a place where they have to go and do charity. I'm tired of all those things. And we have the good, we have everything here. We have the resources that can put us at the top. But because we are allowing politicians to actually use us for their own selfish gains, there's never going to be a better tomorrow for the youth. Let us not teach the youth how to act, how the old people have taught us to act. Let us teach the youth to live together. Because as I was saying, Tyla is a very small child. She knows nothing about politics. Let us not influence the kids to hate each other. Let us be better than politicians. Let us act better than politicians and not teach our people to hate each other the way politics are teaching us how to hate each other. That is my plea. I hope everything I said in this video will be understandable.
So listen, there is something that is happening to South Africa right now, and I think they have not seen the impact greatly yet, because it can't happen at once. You understand? I learned around February, Ira Star, who is a Nigerian, wanted to perform or had a show in South Africa and wanted to go and perform in South Africa. She's an artist and she's not from any other country, but she's from Africa. She's a Nigerian, but her visa was denied. Her her visa was denied. So if that has happened to a Nigerian artist and Nigerians are also calling for this, then I don't think there should be any bad feeling or hard feeling for any South African, because listen, aside even South Africa doing this to Ira Star, look at the xenophobic attacks that is actually going on, and Nigerians are not even reacting to that or saying this because of Ira Star's visa that was denied. It is because of what is currently happening in South Africa, and they have not seen any artists, especially the most popular ones, the Nasty C's, the Trevor Noahs. They have not seen any of them condemning what is going on in South Africa, because remember, people have died, people have been unalived, people have been beaten up. We've seen videos, people's shops have been looted, and yet none of these people have actually spoken about this. So from where I see Nigerians coming from, I think they have a point. You understand? Tyla is a very big artist. Probably she doesn't want to also say something to offend her people, because this xenophobic attacks thing, it has been going on, and there are so many South Africans that are actually involved. So imagine she coming out to say something of this sort or condemning it. It will be something that I'm sure a lot of South Africans too will not be happy. So it's a dicey situation, but I just don't know. But share your thoughts in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this whole thing, because it's not easy. Thank you so much for watching.